What's up, YouTube? This is Damon, aka the world's worst magician, and today I'll be bringing you a look at Solved by Adam Wilber and the team over at Ellusionist. Now, if you're not familiar with this effect, I'll leave a link in the description to where you can check it out, but I wanted to give you a quick demo of something that you can do, so check that out. Okay, so as you see in the demo, you can do an instant solve. There's a couple of different variations. Adam said to try and come up with your own stuff, so I came up with one where I actually sit it on top of my finger and then I just let it tumble down and it goes from being unsolved to solved. I came up with another method where I actually threw it in the air. And then, you know, when I catch it, it's solved. So there's a lot of different possibilities you can go with. So that of doing the instant solve, you can do that in your hand. You can drop it into the spectator's hand. So there's a lot of different possibilities out there. I just wanted to show you that it is possible to do this. So what you get in the box is going to be 6 cubes and 3 gimmicks that make it possible. You're also going to receive a link to see the videos, the instructions, and the full routine. That's actually on the bottom of the box. Not going to show you that, of course. And then you will receive 1 copy of this Rubik's Cube for Dummies. I'm not going to show you that because when I followed his instructions, it actually made it very obvious how it's for a routine where you take a cube and then you turn it into this guide, and basically, you know, you say, hey, the only way that you can solve it is by reading the instructions, boom, and then you turn this into the instructions. So once I follow the directions, I don't know, it's something about the paper that they gave, but once you follow the instructions, it makes it very obvious. So I'm hoping that when I use these, it'll be kind of a different result. And I did want to point this out, so let me focus for you, but on the left, you'll notice it's a little smaller. So the one on the left, I actually clicked the link that they give you for the PDF version. So they provide you one, and then they provide a PDF link. So you can print out your own because, you know, it's paper, it's going to wear out over time. So the one on the left is smaller because what I did is I clicked the link and opened it in Chrome and then printed it from there. And then I noticed it was a bit small, so then I downloaded the PDF, opened it, and then printed it from, you know, my desktop, and it came out the right size. So I just wanted to point that out for anybody that gets this effect. If you have that issue where it's small, you know, try downloading the PDF and then printing it from there to see if that fixes it. So moving on, I just wanted to give you a size comparison. So this is a cube from Cube 3 or Cubed. So I just wanted to show you that, yes, it is a very tiny cube. This is basically the size of like a keychain Rubik's Cube. If you've seen those, it's basically the same size as that. The handling is kind of the same as well. Like I'm pushing it right now. I don't know if you can hear, I'll shut up. So that's just showing you that I'm pushing on it and it's actually not turning. So here's a real cube and I'm pushing on it and it's, you know, it turns very easily and smoothly. This does not do that. So the only reason I'm pointing that out because, you know, yeah, it's a tiny cube. You wouldn't expect it to handle like a real one. But if you were trying to do some of the effects from Cube, you're not going to be able to do them with this because it will not move the same way. So if you're trying to use, you know, some of these effects, it's probably not going to work. The other negative of that is that if you hand it to a spectator, there is a possibility of them breaking it from trying to turn it. I almost broke it because I was just trying to turn it. And, you know, you put a lot of stress on it. It's a tiny cube. So just be careful of that and be mindful of it. So as always, let's start with the negatives. The negatives for me are the angle sensitivity of doing the trick, and there are switches involved. So if you do the routine the way that he tells you, it actually involves 4 switches and 2 ditches. So to me, that's kind of a lot for one routine. I mean, I don't like hiding things that often. I know that you have to do that in Magic, but to do it that much in one routine, especially as quick as the routine goes by, it just seems like it's a little excessive. But that's just me. You know, you may feel totally different about that and call me hateful things in the comment section. So I just wanted to point it out, though, that it is involved because you do have to use the gimmick. So for me, that was a bit much. But, you know, once I tailored it to my own performances and I kind of went away from what he was saying, I know it's his trick, but you always make it your own, right? And once I did that, I felt a little more comfortable with it. As far as the angle sensitivity that I mentioned earlier, you just don't want anybody directly to the sides of you. So you want to try and keep, I would say just do it for like 2 people, 3 tops, and then you should be okay. And as he states, it's all about confidence. So whenever you're trying the moves, just make sure you're confident in it and you're controlling your spectator. So really those were my only negatives, is that the cube does not handle like a real cube. There's a little angle sensitivity, and there is some switching and ditching going on, depending on which way you're handling the routine. So for the positives though, it is an instant solve. So as you saw in the demo video, there are several ways to get there, but there is always a method to be able to instantly solve it, and you don't have to memorize algorithms. So, with this one, there was a lot of memorization, and this is fully skill-based. This one, it is still skill-based in the fact that there's a sleight that you have to do, but you don't have to know how to solve a cube to be able to do this trick. The spectators, another positive is that you can actually hand a cube to the spectators and have them mix it up, take it back, and then instantly solve it. So yes, you can hand it to spectators and let them mess it up, but just know that it's gonna require a little more effort, but you can give it to them, take it back, and then instantly solve it. The colors are pretty close to a real cube. The only thing that, depending on your lighting, the red and the orange kind of seem similar just when you're solving the cube. I actually like scrambled this cube and then solved it for real just to make sure that you could. And yeah, sometimes when I was looking at the colors, it was a little difficult to tell between the orange and the red, but it might just be me. But the colors are pretty close. As far as the instruction, it's done very well. It's broken down into sections. I love how Ellusionist lays out their videos, because there's different sections that kind of walk you through what you're going to need to do the effect. So Adam really takes his time with it. The videos are actually pretty quick to tell you how to get there, and he even provides you a full routine in there, so you can go from start to finish the exact way that he would. So, that's also a good thing. So overall, it's a very manageable routine for those who cannot do skill-based solves. And also it's a lot more portable, because as you can see, there's a huge size difference between these 2 cubes. So if you are trying to do it, this is going to be a lot more portable than the real thing. And there's a lot of possibilities. So like I said, you can come up with your own. I came up with just letting it dribble down my hand. I messed around and shook it like a dice and then let it go. I did what you saw in the demo video of just sitting it on the table, which was similar to his hand one. I tossed it in the air and caught it. Not similar to what you can do in Cube 3, but you actually probably could do the same thing, like throwing it behind your back and then catching it solved. So a lot of routine, sorry. Is it worth it? That's going to be totally up to you, as always, but with the amount of work that they put into it, the amount of cubes that you get and gimmicks, plus the instruction, I think it was well thought out. And, the price might seem a little steep, but for what you get, you're getting longevity and you're getting a routine that you can do. And, you have different possibilities, so you can make it your own, right? And I don't know. So that's on you, but there are a lot of options and ways to go with this. I will warn you that when you first open the box, if you're like me, I had a WTF moment. So as soon as I opened it, I was like, what the, seriously? And then, after I watched the videos and started working with it, I liked it a lot more. And, I was sitting here before I made this video, man, for at least 30 minutes, maybe to an hour while watching television. And I just kept taking it from unsolved to solved, unsolved to solved. And, it's pretty cool. So up to you. But yeah, that was long-winded, but I had a lot to cover here. There's a lot of material. So sorry for the length, and hopefully you stayed with me to the end. So yeah, that's been your look at Solved by Adam Wilber and the team at Ellusionist.com. All right, see ya. Well, I hope you liked that review. And if you have any questions, magic tricks, or decks that you want to see reviewed, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. As always, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click that like button and subscribe for any future reviews. All right.